people are in distress, I think I was discussing the slight, or I mean, it's not exactly a large list, but when you're dealing with people in distress, probably the number one the reason why people want to get out of their house is because they're dealing with a divorce, they're dealing with probate issues, they're dealing with death in the family, unfortunately, they're dealing with all types of situations that have pushed them to the brink of saying, I want out of this deal. And many of these houses that unfortunately are paid for but have tax issues. Someone has bought their property for taxes and now they don't have the money to pay the fees that's associated with tax sale properties, the 18% the state of Illinois allows them to impose, and all the other, I would say, items that go into property sold for taxes. So when the family finds all this out, it's 3, 5, 6 years behind. And all they want is some money to liquidate the deal and get out of it. So that's just a small list. There's a lot more. And when we sit down, I will give you a list of all the properties, or at least all the situations that people go through, so that you can actually find people that you can buy their properties and sell them to somebody else. Because there is a lot, believe me. Also, you're looking at other aspects that's involved with co-wholesaling or wholesaling. There is systems out there where you can actually get a partner and co-wholesale. I will co-wholesale a deal with you if you do the work. Someone has to put in the time in order to make wholesaling a very profitable business. It is a business. This is not a hobby. This can be a business. And I've got all the nuts and bolts to actually do this. Now, it's not going to be clear what I'm showing you, but these documents I will give you when you hire me to solve your problem. If you say, hey Pitts, I have no idea what I'm doing, let's co-wholesale a deal. What is the process involved? What are the ground rules? What do I have to consider? What do I need paperwork to sign? How do I find the properties? What happens when the deal closes? When do we get paid? What resources do I need to get involved with? I have the investment form. I have the scripts. I have the co-wholesaling agreement. I have the service agreement that you're going to sign, because I do everything with transparency, above board. I don't cut corners, and I believe in doing things in honesty and integrity. Same token, I'll let you know what fees are involved. You're looking at, it's not no secret, it's just that you have the time, I have the money and the ability to give you the processes and the steps in order for you to actually move forward. Same token, you're looking at dealing with a wholesale deal. There's ground rules. There's things that you have to understand. I will give you the timeline. I will give you what's important when you're considering co-wholesaling. The rules to live by so that you don't make utterly bad mistakes. You're looking at the difference and how it can make a financial difference in your business. You can do $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month just with co-wholesaling. And you're looking at the paperwork involved, the properties and which properties to look for, how to actually put the deal together, how to close the deal, how to get paid. All this I have already. I have a 14-point checklist that I'm going to teach you, starting with what is wholesaling, what is co-wholesaling, moving down to how do you greet people, the rules involved, the team that you'll be working with, and inevitably what has to happen in order to mail out the first 1,000 piece in order to attract the distressed sellers under the different categories that we've talked about. Because see, unless you have the time to knock on all their doors, you're going to have to mail to them. Now, I have no objection of you knocking on doors. I used to do that back in the 80s and 90s. We used to knock on doors, and we got a lot of results. But most people are a little timid about knocking on a stranger's door. Therefore, the next best process is mailing a letter. It still works, and it's still the least expensive way to get a message out. For 49 cents plus the cost of a letter, envelope, information inside, you can send your message to 600 to 700, 800,000 people all at the same time, and they'll get it all on the same day. So, it's a system, it's a process, it's available. For the lack of knowledge, my people perish. Therefore, you're looking at, once you decide to take advantage of the co-wholesaling deal, you're looking at, I've put together contracts and put as little as $10 down on it. Now you may say, who will take $10? There's a script that will get them to allow you to negotiate the contract for $10 because you're not financing nothing. You're paying cash. You're the middleman. Bread on one side is the seller. Bread on the other side is the buyer. You're the mayonnaise, lettuce, tomatoes, meat in between because you would make the buyer and seller happy. You're going to negotiate the contract, put a small down payment. You're going to assign that contract to someone who wants it more than you because they're going to rehab it and fix it up. That's what wholesaling is all about. Therefore, when you're looking at the system and the process involved, you will have complete understanding before you go out, and you will have all the tools to be successful with co-wholesaling and the system with this strategy. So, class is over for this particular session. We'll move on to the next one.